Hello. Today I like to share the memories of Karin on her birthday. Um, when I met Karin, because of my sexual abuse as a child, I was not comfortable. I didn't feel safe in my body. So it's so hard for me to trust somebody, be relaxed, and be comfortable in their presence. But with Karin, one of the place I felt very safe. I was able to be me. I didn't want to worry about anything. So that was a blessing to be with Karen because it was really so much healing for me just to be myself. And also I was able to be authentic about my likes, my inner world, how I felt. So I'm born in a Christian family, and Christianity, there is no way to escape from religion because I was born into it. But so I sang Jesus is the lover of my soul and all the songs, but inside I felt God has abandoned me, abandoned me. And there was so much anger towards God for all what I have to go through in my life. And I knew as an 8-year-old girl it was not my fault for what has happened. But I was thinking, where was that God? Why didn't He protect me? So there was so much of anger and hatred towards God, but I didn't know how to express it because I was scared if I if I'm honest, then God will punish me. So I have to be pretend that I was peace with God or I love God, but which is not true. So I was able to write a letter to God, and I was able to say it out loud in front of Karin, who is the Christian counselor. And it was a blessing because I thought I can share that letter with a non Christian. But Karin was so happy. She said, God knew what was in your heart. He already knew everything, but he was so happy that you are honest with him and you are speaking the truth. So that motivated me a lot to be honest, to be authentic, be true, and speak from my heart how I feel, how what is in me. And she did not judge me. She didn't try to correct that God is a supreme sovereign God who is sustaining all of us. She just listened and she just allowed me to be honest with my feelings and my thing. And then she said, if because I had this image of God who is so scary. For me, God means He is going to punish me. So I did so much mistakes in my life, but still I lived. And God didn't do anything. He was so kind, loving, and caring. But for me, I always lived in that edge of I'm going to be punished of what I have done. So Karen once told me, who wants to worship the God you are worshipping? If this God is full of scary, going to punish, then who wants him? If I am you, I will never ever worship him. And that helped me to see that divine in a loving way. So because of the sexual abuse, that the inner child work we did, normally she actually suggested me also at the beginning that you invite Jesus inside to that girl to help her. But for me, I couldn't invite a man. for me, how can I, I'm hurt by a man, and how do I invite Jesus to help me? He is a man. So I was not comfortable, and she knew it is not going to work. So she allowed me to help take care of my inner child by myself instead of Jesus. So that was also, she adapted according to my needs and where I am comfortable, because I was not ready to call Jesus. I was not ready to have that walk with God's help, because for me, I saw God as my enemy, and I was like so reluctant. Like, I was like, no way. I have already suffered much by this God, and why do I have to bring back him into my counseling session? So she was so kind. She was so kind, and she just showed her love, and her love with Christ was just manifesting through her. So the Christ was, I couldn't connect, but he was connected to me through her. So it was a beautiful moment. And at those days, I don't go to church when I met her. So somehow I managed to come to that level of showing my resistance in the form of not going to church, but I was still scared. When I meet Christians, I pretend to be a Christian. So that is how I was living. So she had chemotherapy, and she couldn't go to church. So Sundays became the time to be with Karin. And I felt that was the best Sundays I ever had in my life. And for me, going to her counseling room was going to the sanctuary, going to meet God. And I felt peace, I felt happy, I was so grateful that I was able to meet God in a safe place with a real, true person in a loving place. So that was really something. Helped me to see God in a supreme way in everywhere, within everybody. And I was not limited inside a church to believe in God. I trusted God beyond anything and everything. So her love helped me to create that image of God. I no longer worship that Sunday school God who is just there, out there. I, through her love, I was able to see that omnipotent God, sovereign God in all being and everywhere. So it has been a beautiful journey with her, and I started to engage with LGBTQ community, and in Sri Lanka it's a crime to have same-sex marriage. So when I first went for the photo shooting of for the violence against the LGBTQ community, it's Karin who encouraged me, and she was so happy that I'm able to stand with the marginalized people. And my photo became the cover story of their magazine, and it's in a country like that where there is no space to do such work. It's a shameful, embarrassing things. You are not proud to be, show everybody. But I was so proud to show it to Karen, and she celebrated with me. She was so happy with me, and that was another moment in my life to enjoy and celebrate life and be grateful and be happy, and not confined with the society norms or what the society expects. Because through her I learned and understood God loves when we love, God loves when we are happy. Whatever we do with that whole heart, knowing that it is beautiful, wonderful, it gives joy and pleasure to us, it just gives so much, beauty. So I'm really grateful that she opened up my eyes to see the beauty of life in a very unique way. They say the guru sees life from inside. And that is what Karin did. She saw me from inside. And she made me to come out from inside. Bring that beauty of inside, because we all are created in the image of God. We all have that, the essence of that divine inside us. So she just helped me to open up and been a mirror for me to see myself through her. So it's just, she just stood there as a mirror for me to know who I am, truly I am, and to be in love with that true self of mine, and to be grateful for me despite of my all the mistakes I have done. As I told before, that I met Karin because of my abortion. But God turned that abortion into a blessing. Because of the abortion, I met Karin. I don't know where there will be any other way. God is still mysterious. I'm not saying because of the abortion only I met her, but abortion was the reason to meet her. So that is, for me, it just turned out to be so beautiful, and I'm so grateful for that abortion, because that abortion has led me into the most beautiful things into my life. So instead of feeling bad, instead of feeling sad, instead of criticizing me, I see the beauty in the pain and sorrows and mistakes we make, because I think the whole world wants us to be perfect. But we human are imperfect, broken all the time. And in that broken, when we can create the beauty of life. So that is the one beautiful message I received from Karin, because she was broken, but she was so, most beautiful person I ever met in my life was Karin. So that helps me to open up and be who I am. So, despite of all the wrongdoings, faults, mistakes, imperfection, vulnerable, everything, there is still that beauty can arise from us, and that beauty can spread through the world. And she has been such a great example in this world to show that beauty to this world. And that helps me to continue my journey with her. And also, I didn't have good connection with my mother. So one time I was with my mother for her cataract surgery. So when I met Karin, she asked me, why did you go and be with your mother? And I said, I have to, because if I don't do it, then people will think I'm a bad daughter. So I went and stayed with my mother just to show that I'm a caring daughter. And she said, no, you can't care for somebody to gain that name or to get approval from others. It's better you don't help in those situations. Who cares? You just do honestly with your whole heart. And that was another big support for me to be authentic of what I do, because she shared that her relationship with her mother was not good, but later it became the most beautiful moments in her life, and she stayed with her during her death time, and she helped her And she created that beauty because she was so honest with that. So that was another beautiful moment of her. So I'm so grateful that I'm able to learn and grow from her and be um, be in one with myself to do things with whole heart from my authentic space.